Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So a bit of a up and down day yesterday, and it does look like we are forming or trying to form a bit of a flag here. And move is down. You can see the current move is down. This is looking relatively dangerous for the bulls anyway, and that is bringing this gap to the downside into play. There's a lot of interaction that's happened here. So that is what it looks like is happening. It's 106.434. We do have a grouping and a crossover though of the moving averages, so it could also play out to be a double bottom forming, but that means we need to get above this area here at 107.681. So from an hour perspective, trend is still down. You should be looking to trade to the downside. If we do get up above 107.681, that is null and void. So I would be curious to see. There's two levels here that you need to pay attention to. Just want to get them exact. So there you go. So we're looking to see a rejection of 107.337 and 107.431. For me at the moment, it's probably wiser just to sit on your hand. If I just take that one out, it could also turn to be a flat top triangle. So market's a bit confused at the moment. You can see it on the indexes as well. So we do have a bit of data coming out today, so maybe something I'm waiting for from a catalyst perspective, but I have a feeling this gap here is going to be a pretty strong magnet. So I think you're looking for some kind of rejection to the downside. The only time that's going to change is if we get above 107.681. Then you'd be looking for longs, and you'd be looking for longs up into that area there, which is 108861. But for me, I think until we get a break of this trend line, so sort of a break below the current low of the day for targeting the gap, or alternatively, we're going to get a break up here targeting the upper end. So that's kind of the two ways that I would be looking at this morning. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. Nothing really happening here either. We have pulled back to some structure. We are in between the moving averages, which is never a good sign. This always indicates that we're going to be ranging a bit. And the markets are confused, as I've already said. So just be very wary about jumping in at the moment. So at the moment, it does look like we have some long structure, but there is also a gap to the downside here, which was not really tested yesterday. So you can see yesterday's big up, big down, big confusion. So I am completely on the sides with this one. Not really interested in it. Could be a break of a trend line for a move up. It could also just be move down, flag forming for a continuation to the downside. So I am sit on hands on the dollar at the moment. Moving across to the pound, British pound, Japanese yen. Another consolidation pattern forming. You can see big up, big down, and now we're just hovering here. There is structure here. If you look to the left, you can see quite a bit of structure there, and we are just hovering around here. So if you look at the hour, you'll see diversions, bit of a double top, but from a technical point of view, you would be waiting to break the low of this morning. So this one is a London breakout strategy. So first 7 or 8 1-hour bars, depends how you play it. I like playing both, but you know, if you take one of them, say the 8-hour, you can see first 8 hours, put your range in at the top and the bottom, and then that's your range. Break the downside, you're looking for a move to the downside. This is also a move down. This is a flag, and we're more than likely at a Fibonacci level at the moment. So we're just hovering on the 61. If I just extend that to the previous high, we're definitely on the 61.8. So this to me is definitely setting up for another continuation to downside. Only negative part is that we're in amongst the moving averages. So I would wait for a break below the low of today and a retest that would validate this flag, and that's going to give you a measured move of something like that, which takes us to the bottom end of the range. So I would actually just be very conservative and take my first bit of profit here at 157,171. So that's kind of what is on the cards there. Moving across to Euro British Pound. So we've moved down, as I said yesterday. There are quite a few levels here that you need to pay attention to. Look at the oscillators lining up quite nicely. This is looking like a half decent pullback to me. There is one more level you need to pay attention to, and that's this swing high here. Often these things are tested. So these are the two levels that we need to be playing. So we are looking for our long setup at the moment. But if you watch the hour here, we are below the moving averages. So another London breakout strategy. If we do break to the downside, I suspect we're aiming for 0.88530. Then we need to pay attention to see what's going to transpire there, because that could be a bigger move on the higher time frames. So I'm going to sit this one also out and just wait for some sort of structure. So nothing really happening in Forex, lots of confusion, but there are some moves, and if you've got time, you can always sit and watch the 15 minutes, and you're below the moving averages, you're coming back into structure to test it. You can short. If you're above the moving averages, you're looking for support to buy into it from an intraday perspective. Pretty simple. This pair does tend to trend in the day anyway. That's kind of my view for this morning. Hope it helps, but it is really, really volatile and all over the place. So if you're not getting it right, just sit on the sides and wait for better structure, and then you should get some decent trades. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps. We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.